getting the chance to speak with you again. When I had a chance to speak with you the first time, something exciting was being introduced in a whole new, different way, a whole new look, a whole new atmosphere. Big party over at Hotel X. Lots of people there. It was the beginning of something new and it was talked about. But as we speak, we're just a short time away from it all actually physically happening. What is going on, my friend?
Lots going on, my friend. Lots going on. We have taken what we've known as Canadian Music Week, and we've taken the concept Canadian Music Week and reimagined it and launched it as a departure conference and festival. We really hunkered down on understanding what we felt the needs of the city were, the needs of the artists were. So we reimagined something that we kind of feel in year one is delivering on these promises of expanding outside of music into the art space, into a little bit of culinary space, inside of tech and comedy. So here we are, a number of days away, ready to launch this mammoth of a proposition and to execute on it throughout the conference at Hotel X, and then through the festival staging through the Barracks and 40 other plus venues in and across the city.
So break it down. You kind of already did that, but break it down again because there's some things that have been added into this that what people are maybe already be used to. There's some new elements to this. How
Yeah.
does this all work?
I would say that one of the elements that we wanted to do was really hunker down in a spot that became really a central location and the hub of it outside of
Mhm.
the conference, adding a lot of activity to that. And that's what we've done by executing in the barracks, which will be happening not on the Tuesday, but on the Wednesday through the Friday at Hotel X. The barracks is a build out there with some staging. There's bar setups, there's food truck setups, which is part of our culinary obligations. I think we have Amazon bringing a truck out and some of our sponsors executing in that spot. So it'll be vibrant. It'll be open to the public during the day. So a number of people can walk through, and then we turn on to ticketed venues during the night, where we have a number of high-class DJs passing through the space during that week, Felix Cartel being one of them. So yeah, I think that one sold out already, but yeah, we're
I
there.
wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be
Yeah, so
surprised.
yeah. So that's what we're doing there at Hotel X. So we really wanted to not only generate kind of this idea of the conference, but a really great atmosphere for social and for networking. So during the day, all during the conference, we'll be having mixers that are happening in that spot and inside the hotel, but lunch break mixers being presented by different brands and sponsors. We have a host country this year, Barbados coming through. And they also will be activating a mixer inside of there with some sampling as well. So we have a lot of exciting things happening in that space. So we think that Hotel X will be a buzz literally from the time we open the doors on Tuesday right through to Friday night when we kind of close out there at Hotel X. But that to be said, then we have the 40 plus venues that we're activating in and across the city with a number of artists playing and other brands being activated, like these, which we've added this year, which would be the SoCan Songwriter Series, which is also part of the activations that are happening this year. We are doing something at the Tagliatella Gallery in Yorkville. I hope I pronounced that right. In Yorkville, where we have artists Justin Bua and Danny Hastings, which are iconic legends in the idea of visual art as well as photography in the industry. They're coming through. I think Danny had told me that he's putting a art piece on sale at this exhibit this year that he's never put on sale before. So that one, I believe, and I can leak that one a little bit. I believe it is an image he shot of Old Dirty Bastard, but he's never kind of brought out of the archives. So it's that kind of stuff that'll be really special. So that we're incorporating that fine art look inside there as well. And then obviously the massive comedy slate that we've put together with the big man himself coming through, Dave Chappelle, playing at the QET, which is an underplay, but us, which is executive produced by Hills. And yeah, that kind of stuff. Therefore, us being able to work with people like Bruce and being able to now add comedy, which a lot of that programming happens on the Friday, which we have a very specific pass for the comedy community, comedy and culture community. It happens on the Friday. There's a lot of great things about fashion on the Friday. I would say some of the more film and television programming. We have like three different film premieres, or film screenings happening. one of them being a premiere happening on the Friday as well. So it's exciting with Rick and Morty, which is their premiere of an episode, which it's the North American premiere of that episode. So all the Rick and Morty fans that'll come out to be able to see that. So it's that kind of stuff where, like I said, we've expanded the idea of what alter culture means. Music is really the hub, and it's really the epicenter of everything that kind of happens through it. I said to someone recently, I'm like, can you name any art discipline that doesn't touch music? A painter that's not listening to music when they're doing their work, or a chef that's not playing music post, in the pre and during the kind of cooking service. It's that kind of stuff that we know that music is always going to be a through vein through everything. So just understanding that that is the conversation or that is the ecosystem it currently exists in. So why not just expand it to all the other people that are involved some way or another with music and musicians?
But we also celebrate Canadian artists. You got some
We do.
big names coming
Um,
in.
yeah, we pulled some big names through this year. Like we're happy to have Jesse Reyes coming through, who's actually being honored this year. Tegan and Sarah coming through, Brian Adams coming through. Like the list goes, Mustafa the poet, which once again is actually Mustafa now, which is one of my favorites, I would say, and he's performing as well. So a lot of artists
Chantal,
actually.
Chantal
What's that?
Kraviazek, I got to throw her name in there.
Yes, she's coming through as well, and she's doing like a songwriters I would say session within the conference itself. So for her to be up there playing this piano and talking about how these songs came to be, it's going to be a lot of magic moments happening at that conference, and that's what we kind of look to do. But I'd say that on the artists and our record labels and the associations that have worked with us across this whole thing, I think that a lot of people, actually, a lot of them have really come to support. And they've shown that by the quality of programming that we have, that we're working with everyone to the common goal, which really, is to highlight our Canadian talent, which is also to highlight the city of Toronto. And it's lastly to really just build these really amazing network and ideas and incubate and to have people connected in that way. This is an art community. And I think that I was at we did something for the influencers yesterday, pre the conference. And when someone said to me, or someone had said, like, like our city needs this. Like we need this, you know what I mean? With 140 artists performing across the city during the time period, like we want to highlight that and we want to create these spaces and we have to create the time for these artists to be out there and in front of people and have the right people seeing them. So part of the mandate for us, and here we go.
So, how does somebody who wants to be part of this becomes part of this? What do they have to do?
Departure TO. That's
Hmm.
departureto.com. That is our landing page, and you can once again explore all the amazing scheduling and the conference side and the festival side and see the premium shows and the comedy. But once again, very quickly, you can buy your passes there at departureto.com and then become involved and part of this whole thing. So yeah, here we are.
And is it okay that I kind of mentioned that I'm going to be a host
Of
for a
course.
couple of days?
Of course. How did I forget that one, Rudy? How did I forget that one? One of our great day hosts. And let me also mention, for to admit, I kind of forgot that, and Radio Days, which is part of the conference of Departure that they've been hosting inside of this conference. So they are once again part of us and the radio programmers and a lot of the, I would say, media partners on that side are coming through and are being supported through that. So we have a lot of amazing programming for them within the conference. And then once again, just to have them here again, bring the brand and to be hosted inside of this is another thing that just adds to this whole idea of an ecosystem that we're trying to build within here and having all of these, once again, amazing radio broadcasters and programmers in the building alongside artists in the building and alongside what I mean, other people within the network in the building. So it's just amazing that we can create these spaces. And that's what we're trying to do here. Community.
You know, it's
Yeah.
funny because as I mentioned, I'm going to be hosting, but I've already got artists who have been sending me emails. Can you come out to my show? Can you come out to my show?
That
It
is
is
awesome.
gonna, it's
Yeah.
gonna be an amazing time, and what a way to bring a community together and open up the community to others too, because people should realize this isn't just a community in Toronto. This isn't just a community in Canada. This is really North American and around the world. A lot of people can be coming together for this.
And I think that that's really the point. Like, I don't believe that art and culture, I mean, in the past, when borders kind of had, I would say, secluded us to reaching larger audiences in the digital age, those borders have much disappeared. So the idea, therefore, was really to expand this conference into what's actually happening now and expand that reach. So we want this in a number of years. Yeah, the idea is that this will become a very centralized global conference in North America that will rival the best of them. But also it's us. And we will never lose the fact that it's rooted in Canada. And therefore, the way that we host, the way that we operate, and the level of talent that we're going to attract, you know what I mean? It's going to be Canadian, but at the same time, we want to expose the rest of the world to it. So it's part of what we do here.
And one more time, how do we get all the information? And also, just curious, is there an app?
Yes, once you've registered, once again, once people have registered for the conference, you can download the app and log in. And this year, that's part of one of the other things that we've done. We've really kind of pushed on the digital side of this, as you can see
Mhm.
by the website build this year, but also in the interactive app where you'll be able to book your scheduling with the mentors that are there. We have a mentors lounge that's happening once again. I think we have 80 mentors already signed up to have one-on-one conversations with delegates and people that are attending the conference, and a waiting list of mentors for that matter. They've really come to the table that want to reach and speak with the community. And it's also happening inside the app. So trying to build those meaningful connections in a digital way is all part of it. And then once again, obviously the festival programming, and we'll be streaming live in app there this year too. So if a delegate has to go home for some reason and doesn't want to miss one of the amazing panels that you're on, they can stream within the app and see that. So we've really kind of tried to elevate the game from a technical side as well.
Gonna be an exciting time. Cannot wait.
Yes.
Looking forward to it, which is why I'm trying to get as much sleep now because I won't be getting much when all this is going on. My brother, thank you so much. I will see you there. Hotel X is the place to be. We know we can get all the information from, and it's going to be an exciting time. What a way to bring this community together. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you as always, Rudy.